Yo, what's up guys? Hernandez with you here, bringing you That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime anime review, episode 9. This episode was definitely the best episode we had so far. It begins with, us seeing the goblins working and rebuilding their home after the whole Ifri and burial situation from the last 2 episodes. And everyone's busy, so Remora doesn't have really anything to do, because everyone else is doing it. So he goes into his room, his hut, and he's experimenting with the mimic, copying that body. And then he starts messing around, and he made another copy. He made the first copy a copy of himself to look at what he looks like. Then he made a masculine version, a male version. Then he made the female version, and the instant the female got summoned, and he looked at it, he started blushing. He was like, no, stop. And he shut it off and got back his energy for it. And I was like, it was just a little funny, cute moment between him and Shizu. He's also keeping her mask as a keepsake from Shizu, so that's pretty cool. And he's actually using it himself to suppress his aura, because it doesn't just suppress your aura, it kind of cancels it to a very low level, so no one can actually read you. So it's very smart and useful that he has that item now. But after that we see him he basically, now that he has his human body, thanks to Rearguard, I believe, or Vigard, the king of the goblins, the old man who's now bulky, thanks to him offering Remora dinner, he was like, wait a minute, in this human body I can see, hear, touch, and taste. So finally I get to eat with y'all. And he's super happy, thinking about all the things that they could probably eat. And he sees the hunting group, and they say something very weird to him about how they have to go a little bit farther to get food, because all the animals have, changed thanks to the weather climate. So he got kind of worried. So just in case something might happen, he sent his personal dire wolf out. Black Star, I believe his name is, or I forgot the name of Remora's wolf, but the main wolf that with the star and the horn. He got summoned by Remora, and Remora told him to go with them just in case if anything does happen, you're there. So they go off and leave on their hunt for food, and he decides to take this opportunity to go back to the dungeon where Rodora was locked up at. There's no creatures there now because he devoured them also. He went back, and we got some good information about how Shizu had her own personal skill. And hers was pretty broken. I might say maybe even more broken than our main MC. Because it was called, I believe, Degeneration. Where basically she can break down skills and then put them together with other broken skills to make new skills. And he got this one skill called Black Flame, and technically it's his own version of Amaterasu. So anyone who watches Naruto will probably catch that reference. But it was pretty awesome to see that, and he shuts it off real good. And he's like, this is creepy, I might have to really, really, really be careful how I use this. Instant he said that to himself, boom. His wolf, the dire wolf, calls him, saying, hey master, we need help. So he runs over there, and he sees Gota and the goblin chief's son fighting these weird people. It looks human, but they have horns. And he basically, there's 5 of them, 2 chicks and the other 3 are guys. And the goblins are getting their butt whipped. The wolf is doing pretty good, but everyone else seems like they're getting their butt handed to them. So Remora hears them all, and he's like, I got this, and he steps up to the plate. And he tries to be nice, like always. He says to communicate with these guys. These guys aren't having it, because they see his mask, and their mask, that mask that they see on him, remind them of a group of Majins that attacked their village and killed everyone, from what we supposedly know. And he thinks that Remora is part of that group. So they want blood, so they're out to get him. Especially because they know that Max is a person who has real power. they know there's no way a human child can be able to do all this. Increase the goblins' attack power and give them names and clothes and combine them with direwolves and manipulate all these monsters to work together. No human can do that. So we found out these guys are pretty smart. And we found out that they're orcs. Which all orcs are usually bulky and ugly looking, but these guys look... There were some bulky ones there, but they didn't really look ugly and contosh. They looked like regular humans just with horns. So it was pretty cool how they looked, the character design. But this is the halfway of the episode, and this is when things get real good, because we get to see Remora fight them. And we see the old man from the opening with the sword. We see the other chick that's with them with the big sword and the big jugs. We see this pink-haired girl that's also an orc. We see a guy with red hair, which is her older brother. And then we see this one really big orc. And then there, and the big orc got put to sleep real quick. Then, the other guy, there was a sixth orc, one that's blue skin with blue armor, black and blue armor. He got punched and knocked out, one KO'd. The big one got put to sleep. So the only one was left was, and the chick, she got stringed up. So there was the spellcaster chick with the pink hair, which Remora's dog was keeping an eye on that one, so she can't do anything. So technically the only ones left was the old man that we saw in the opening, and the guy with the red hair, the orc with the red hair, which we found out he's the leader of this group. And he basically talks to Remora a little bit of dialogue about, saying, we know you can't be human, we know that you are Majin, you attacked our village, stuff like that. And while they speaking, the old man decides to sneak through the magic barrier of Remora and his magic sense and cut him. Now he would aim for the head, but instead of the head getting cut off, the arm got cut off instead. So that was kind of weird. Maybe in that human form, his body parts is different. So when he went for the head, the arm got cut off instead. Because that would have been the head in slime form, maybe. I'm not sure. It was weird, but it didn't work. Remora just picked up the arm, put it back in his body, and his arm regrew, and they both got shocked. And then he was like, I'm going to fight y'all for real. And he lifted up his hand, and boom, he summoned black flames. And he summoned it like a pillar, and like a fire spin circle type deal, which scared the heck out of all of these guys. I mean, they were terrified. Like, they didn't know what to do with themselves. But after that, the sister was basically like, wait, he's not trying to kill us. He's trying to talk to us. So maybe he's not one of the people who attacked their village. Or maybe he's not associated with them at all. And after her talking to her brother and getting him calmed down, because we found out they're brothers and sisters, Remora shows them his true form, the slime, and they got real shocked and surprised, like, what, you're a slime? And then he gives them the mask to examine. They examine it, and after careful thought and examining the mask, they realize, oh, we messed up. So the leader, which is the guy with the red hair, bowed and was like, I'm sorry, we shouldn't have attacked. And Remora was like, that's cool. I ain't kill no one on your side, you ain't get to kill no one on my side, so everything's good. And then Remora basically invited them back to the village to eat, dinner. And they did, and that's basically when the episode ends off. I'm happy because the chick that he stringed up, he looked at her and she's the one with the big boobs in the opening with the, I think, pink skin and horns and that big sword. We know her, the old man, we've seen those two in the openings. So most likely they're going to join Remora. And maybe the other ones too, who knows. But I'm happy we're going to see them. I can't wait for next week to get their backstory and all. And see if maybe that, from last episode, that cliffhanger, maybe that guy with the mask who gave that pig a name and power and food, maybe he made that guy and his people wear masks to attack the village. Maybe that's the real enemy. Because his goal and his command was basically to attack this forest, the Jorah forest, which we know Remora is in control of it, so maybe he's going to try to get rid of all the outskirts, take their people and territories until they can have enough people and territories to like gang up on Remora people. This is my thought about it. Thinking about this in like a strategic way. But then on the other hand, this guy is a half pig, half human type of creature, so he might be just all bronze. And he hasn't got there yet, who knows. But again, this episode was pretty good. A lot of dialogue and a lot of information and stuff. And seeing the character growth and the funny moments from Mora is pretty awesome. But yeah, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinion down below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends. Please hit that notification bell to get more. YouTube, a lot of the times, will act up and not give you the notifications of the people you're subscribed to. So I advise you to go to all your subscriptions and hit that notification bell for each one, especially mine's. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.